Welcome into WagerTalk TV. I am Drew Martin, joined by Kevin Dolan and Brian Leonard of WagerTalk.com. We're talking a cross-division East versus West matchup in the SEC here, Kevin. A good one with the Florida Gators, minus doubles on the road in Baton Rouge, 59 being the total. You like it anything here on Saturday, Kevin, between the Gators and the Tigers?
Yeah, I really like Florida in this one, Drew. Already bet it. Absolutely loved it, 9.5. Still liked it at 10. I believe a few shops now it's gone up to 10.5. So obviously some of the value gone. But look, I nevertheless think Florida roll up here and take care of business against LSU on Saturday by double digits. You know, going back to last year when these two teams faced off against each other, Florida were 23.5-point home favourites against LSU down in the Swamp. They put up 609 total yards of offense in that game against the Tigers, 26 first downs. They were actually leading going into the fourth quarter of that game as well before blowing it late with that LSU field goal with just 23 seconds left on the clock. So, you know, those kinds of losses linger here, and I think Florida will be G'd up to get some revenge in this one on LSU. And I like the spot on the road for the Gators here down in Baton Rouge on Saturday. You know, this Florida team are putting up some absolutely colossal numbers this season. You know, second in the nation on total rushing yards. Florida, the only SEC school with over 3,000 total yards of offense this season as well. 6.7 yards per rush attempt on the ground also. You know, no one in the SEC coming close to those numbers. And they're facing an LSU defense that ranks 90th in the nation right now in opponents' yards per play at 5.9. I think this is a bit of a mismatch in all honesty. And with those added motivational factors for the Gators here on top, I think Florida wins this one pretty comfortably on Saturday against LSU.
Yeah, tough to argue the other side of that, Kevin. You know, Florida has looked good, but Brian, coming to you next, you know, the one time we saw the Florida Gators kind of in a true road game, I know they played, you know, in Tampa there against USF, but when they went up to Lexington in a tough matchup against Kentucky, they didn't look all that good. And coming here on the road again against LSU, maybe that could be something to look towards the Bayou Bengals to bounce back plus 10 at home. Or do you think, are you kind of writing off LSU like Kevin is?
Well, when they did play Kentucky, they lost that game, and I had Kentucky, I believe, in that game. But they had 8 more first downs, 158 more yards, but they just 5.4 yards per play against 4.8. So they were the better team. They just didn't get the job done. Kentucky was able to get that win, and the game meant so much more to Kentucky than it did to Florida. But yeah, LSU's playing with a lame duck coach right now. And you just take a look at the way they played as of late. Normally when you see Florida and LSU play, it's all about the defense. Well, LSU hasn't had much defense this year. Florida's only allowed 3 sacks all season. And you take a look at LSU, they started the season, they had 4 sacks against UCLA, 8 against McNeese State, 5 against Central Michigan. But then the next 3 games, total of 2 combined. You take a look at what they've done defensively against the Power 5 schools. Against UCLA, 475 yards. Mississippi State, 486. Auburn, 433. Kentucky, 475. They're looking at another 500 yards here against this Florida offense. And, you know, LSU hasn't shown anything. I've been a long proponent of LSU playing games at night. This is a 12 noon Eastern start. That doesn't help the home team at all in this situation. I agree. I think the Florida side's the way to go, but is the line moved up past where you feel comfortable? It's up at 11 at a lot of places now. So a lot of money on Florida. But that'd be the only side I'd take a look at here is I just don't trust this LSU defense and with the coaching situation. And it's either Florida or nothing for me. But as Kevin would say, I prefer to keep my money in my pocket on this one. I probably won't get involved, but it'd be Florida or nothing.
Sure. Favorite or pass for Brian. And guys, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the game. LSU versus Florida. Also remember to check out WagerTalk.com. Mondays is $9 Mondays. All plays from all handicappers discounted to just $9. A great day to check out WagerTalk.com.